Welcome to the show, cats and kittens. All my little look, Outgamie County, Wisconsin, aka Big Daddy News, aka Randall Didizio, aka the Missing Dads of America. All brought to you by Outgamie County Sheriff's Office. Whose fault is it really that we get thrown into jail, locked up, thrown away for a middle finger, freedom of speech, then thrown in jail again and thrown in a cage, made to pay extortion fees, put up with the conditions of the jail that we pay so much to be in there for. We pay phone time, we pay for the racism, we pay for to get treated like crap by other inmates, assaulted, violated, to be in their jail. This makes no sense at all. To be to work a hard job even in jail, to go in there and cook for them. Meanwhile, we are being mistreated and violated again and again and again. Not just physically, mentally, all kinds of different ways. For our skin color, racist bias all over the place. I think that's what we're against. And to see Randall with his kids and his family unit, but to be yanked away. You know, I haven't had a really good cry in a long time. But to be honest with you, tonight when I watched Swan Villains, I cried. And I guess it was kind of after he put his kids up on the screen and him eating. But it was really something Swan Villain said. He said that he talked to Big Daddy News tonight and he missed his kids. It's hard being in there away from your kids. It's a man needs things to survive. And he said that this is a rising. This was a rising. So Swan Villain said that this was a rising out of an incident that happened after he got out of the hospital. And he was on some painkillers. And apparently he said something about the sheriff of Outgamie County on YouTube. And apparently they came and arrested him. So now we're using YouTube as a way to arrest individuals and people and charge them with crimes because he said something about the sheriff of Outgamie County. Now, I don't know what about that. When you're charged and convicted of crimes, you're being charged with crimes, maybe not convicted yet, but you yourself, as the sheriff of Outgamie County, if you're being charged with something that has to do with kids or whatever else, at what point can we not report on that story? In my opinion, we should be able to report on that story. Now, not you or anyone else can take away my kids for a story that I'm telling. Okay? This story, if it involves you or kids or whatever, it is what it is, bro. You can't stomp out news because you don't like the news that they're saying. And you can't keep throwing people under the bus for something that you did. You now have court, you now have to go to jail, and you now have to go fight them charges. Why are you worried about what one man on YouTube is doing? It seems to me that you're so caught up in the hype of what he has built and you want to ruin him. And you think the way to do that is through Google. But I have a new way of thinking for you. We are the least of your problems. You don't even know what the problem is or which side it's coming from. You didn't know what the problem was in Kenosha, Wisconsin. You're never going to get it. You're never going to get it in Ferguson, Missouri. From Minneapolis, Minnesota. I can guarantee you 100%. You don't even know which way it's coming from. The well-being checks, the people that will never rest until he's back at home with his kids. I would gladly give you anything you wanted. You can come into my house and take whatever you want, but you have to let Randall out of the cage. And that means for everybody that's in that jail, for every officer, that goes for every judge, that goes for every prosecutor, for anyone that allows him to leave and go back to his family and do the right thing for his family. I would gladly give anything in my house. You can go into any drawer you want in my house, grab as much of it as you want, and walk out the front door. I would say nothing. I would let you have it. I would let you go on your way. But you gotta do one thing. You gotta let that man out, go on his way, and let him go back to his kids. You can't have parole holds on him. You cannot hold that man anymore for free speech. You cannot. Not okay. If he has court tomorrow at 1:30, then so be it. It is what it is. But on the same token, it isn't what it isn't. You can't take a plea bargain from a man. You can't negotiate with one's life that did nothing wrong in the first place, that committed no crime and still hasn't to this date. And if he privatized a video from whatever he said in that video while on medications after having obvious problems at the hospital, now that's just not right. But I suppose you're going to try and discredit him as a father, as a husband, as someone with a CDL who has a truck driving job. And so maybe we need to get a few more channels on this and make sure that we state he works. He has a job, he has a house, he has children. But you don't care. You make it so easy for me to do my job. I don't even have to try anymore. You did it to yourself, just like I said you would in the beginning. You have only proven to me that you're going to hold yourself responsible because of your actions, because of the way you're treating honorable. You're treating your own people like this. You're jailing your own people. You're putting your own people in prison. You're no different from the oppression that went on years ago. You have taken it and you've upped it to a whole nother level, and it is so easy for everybody to stand there and point their finger and say, this is what is wrong today. And that's it. You're judged. We no longer have to ask ourselves, is this right? We know for a fact that it is wrong. Nothing you're going to say or do or tell me is even registering. I don't listen to any of you. I don't have to. I've come to my conclusion, and now it's your job to come to yours. Who is guilty and who is innocent is not for me to decide. But if we are throwing rocks at one another, and you threw one first, and then he threw one back, I'm going to call a spade what a spade is. You threw first, we throw back, and tit for tat, and then I put one more onto it. The Hatfield and McCoy story. That's an interesting story. Who are they? Who were they? And who won in the end? Because you don't like the ending. It doesn't matter who you are. 200 states, 200 miles, nothing. Complete nothingness. People that have worked their entire lives come out with no house. They come out with no family. And they are complete devastation. They come out and they have nothing and not even their family. Who should we be helping right now? I don't think Randall needs help. I don't think he needs the help you're trying to offer him. I don't think he can get any help from you people because you are not there to help him. And no matter how much he pays, it's not good enough for you. And that's what proves to me you are wrong again, sir. I have no other choice but to speak and speak as loud as I can. And if anyone, this offer goes out to anyone, if anyone wants to take a ride with me to Outgamie County, Wisconsin, to the jail, to see what atrocities continue to go on, to what lengths, if anyone, I welcome them arm in arm. I welcome them. I welcome Al Sharpton. I welcome anybody. I would say that no one more needs it more than Outgamie County, Wisconsin, as to what free speech is, what freedom is, and what rights they're violating. And I would say that they need a rude awakening into you don't treat people like this. This isn't how you treat an upstanding citizen in your community that has served your country. In fact, this is horrible, abhorrent, this is egregious. This is the worst of the worst of your behavior since Minneapolis, since Dante Wright, since Ferguson, Missouri, since Eric Garner. How many more names? I cannot and will not condone this. I want nothing to do with this. If YouTube cannot get behind Big Daddy News, then I cannot get behind YouTube. I'm trying to be a creator. I cannot be a creator if my creators are not free. For me to do what I do, I need people that help me. I need support in my community too. And all these people sitting in this room don't want to support. I need supporters. I need people that back me. I need what when people say there's something wrong, I need people that get up out of the couches, turn the TV off, turn the cell phones off, get into their cars, and I need them to be active. I need them to use their voice. I need for them to say, this is wrong what you're doing to this man. That's what I need. I the games the games are over. And I want everybody to know that in this room. Tonight, the games are over. I'm not in the mood. I if you're gonna make rude, disrespectful uh, um, comments in my chat, if you're gonna make rude comments about other people that are not in the chat, if you're going to talk about other people that are not in the chat and have nothing to do with this conversation, if you have nothing good to add, I would tell you to refrain from speaking. You can speak, but if you're not going to be respectful, please do not say it in this chat room tonight. If you did say something and you wish to take it back, now would be a good time to do so that you do not get timed out and banned and not welcomed back in. Okay? And I'm not going to take an email later and say, I want to come back in. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you are not adding anything to the communication of what I am doing, I will remove you. As I said, I need people that back me. And if it's Google, and if it's YouTube, and if people give me the platform and allow me to speak and say what I need to say, then you should have the respect that you're not going to disrespect Google's and YouTube's terms and service. And if you have not read them, you need to go do so. If you do not understand what terms and service means, the TOS, please go read them now. Go look at your Gmail account. I'm sure you have a valid email. You have an email from Google in there telling you what you can do and how you can follow the rules in a room. And if you can't follow those rules, please don't even attempt to come up on my panel. Don't bother, because you're not going to circumvent the rules with me no more than I'm going to circumvent them with YouTube. Just like they should not be circumventing them with to suit themselves or law enforcement or their needs of who and how to control who. So if said person is doing something, I would advise you, my channel doesn't need to be on any longer. I can go anywhere and speak exactly how I want, and I don't have to worry about being censored. I appreciate the gift of being able to talk, and I take it very seriously when someone allows me to have a voice, to make sure that I respect that. So anyone that's not respecting that, please understand. You you could just as soon can click the X and leave as stick around. Clear? I definitely have something to say. I definitely um choose to I definitely want to be heard, and I want to be taken respectfully, and I want to be heard in a way that people understand and get it. And after 2 years of not being heard, it makes me not just a little angry, but a lot angry that there's a few people that mess it up for the rest of them. Because you can't do a show without someone speaking just totally about something else. They come into your room and they want to talk about something else. If that's the case, if you want to talk about that person, go over to that person's house and talk to them. Go over to their chat room and talk to them. But don't talk to me about them in my chat room. It's not gonna go anywhere. Do you understand what I'm saying? If your intent is to get me to talk about something different other than Outgamie, Wisconsin, you would be in the wrong room. Because that man needs to get back to his family. And if you don't like the sanctity of his family and what I'm talking about here and what he needs, his needs, phone money, commissary, he needs phone calls, he needs love, he needs loving letters, he needs things that he's requesting. And if you can't get on board with that, if you can't even do that for him, and I'm just going to stop right there because you already know what I'm going to say. Um, I approve of Swan Villain's his entire message this evening. I love him, and for a man to make me cry is is beautiful. It's beautiful. For Big Daddy News to have put out content that makes you cry months later, that's creative content. And regardless of whether you like him or not, or whether he was a small guy or a big guy, the smallest guy is as big as the biggest guy to me. I have the most respect for the smallest guy that's in jail, serving time, being used and abused, and taking hits like no other. To me, he has a lot more to offer, and he needs to get out of there. And the people of Wisconsin, well little do they know what's going to happen to them if they don't stick up for this guy, and they don't stick up for their free speech. What do they have to look forward to? I I hope that people take it seriously, because Outgamie, Wisconsin is out of control. And every time I call their jail, it's not that they're unhelpful. They'll tell me birth dates, they'll tell me first and last names, but when it comes to his well-being, what you never hear is him getting on the other end of the line, telling you that he's okay. And in fact, when he calls out, he says there are things wrong inside the jail. He says racism is rampant. I take that very seriously. And I don't. Definitely stay united. Definitely I got a call here. I got to get someone bailed out, and I got some stuff going on tonight that might end up going into um 2 3 a.m. type stuff. But we will see what tonight brings, and who we can get free tonight, and then tomorrow we'll work on the next guy and the next guy and the next guy until everybody gets what they need. And you know, you don't always get what you want every night, and sometimes these bail companies work with you, and sometimes they don't. But know this: if you don't keep getting your fellow inmates out of your local jails, they will fill them up to capacity and they will fight amongst themselves and understand it's vicious, it's horrible living conditions. And at the end of the day, I don't want to see anybody in jail and I don't want to see anybody in prison. And I'm done with it. And I don't care who, and I don't care what, and I don't care how. So that is my crusade. That has been my crusade all day for 5 hours, 10 hours. Probably since, you know what, since 10 a.m. How about that? So 10 hours. It's 9:48 right now. It's about 10 o'clock. That's 10 to 10. Maybe that's 12 hours. I don't know. That's actually 12 hours. But I'm amped up. I'm still ready to go. I'm tired. But you know what? The jail awaits my presence. And people obviously need more. Um, I just, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of phone calls. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience. I don't necessarily think that I have patience, but I do think that I'm loud enough to get something done in a day. And maybe, you know what? If it gets done tonight, maybe I'll film it. Y'all can see it right live in the jail tonight. And that way we can do it together so that you can see what I do. And then maybe you can watch the other guy walk out on the other end. A 19-year-old kid that's in jail for nothing more than marijuana charges and doesn't deserve to be there. But the judge that says you have to stay here. But you're 19. What about a second chance? And so what? So what if a kid makes a mistake and doesn't come to court? Let's talk about the new law. Let's talk about the fact that it's legal in this state. But you still got people in your jail for things that are legal. They're legal. Legal to possess, legal to have, legal to carry around, legal. You got a governor that still won't acknowledge that. You've got judges that still won't come to the realization and drop charges. This state will not drop any charges. So once you're done down in Wisconsin, come down to South Dakota and again, do it in your own backyard. Bail your own people out of your own jails. If they got a bond under $200 and you got the money, help them out. Give them a helping hand up. Give the kids a second chance. Give the people that messed up once in their life, don't sentence them to racism in the jails. Don't sentence them to violence. Let's not criminally sit them next to really bad people to where they're making connections and then they become more criminal. Does that make sense? At the end of the day, we have to start releasing people from the jails, relieving people, it doesn't just, it makes you feel better at the end of the day. It makes you feel like you did something with your life, and it makes you feel like you did something with your day. And if nothing else, you let them get back out, and it helps. It helps the economy. It helps stimulate the economy in all sorts of ways you could never imagine. It's not only, these people run 100 miles an hour, and if you let them and you give them another chance, they will continue to work for what you need them to do. They will be your foot soldiers. They will help you. They will go the extra mile for you when you need it. They will do for you. And you say, no, they won't. The money will never come back. I'll never get my money back. I'll never get my bond money. Are you really worried about $1? Is that all you care about? Can you not bring yourself to be a better person, a more understanding individual? Can you not see the goodness in people? Do you really think all these people are guilty of what they're charged with? And even if they are, who made the laws? A corrupt individual driven by money. 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 Why is that all I hear about? Why does everybody just care about money? Why can't anybody get their heart into anything and actually be a human being and a person? I've heard a lot of songs, and I've caught on to some of them songs and some of them lyrics in a way that it makes sense that people care about other people. They care about their friends who didn't make it. They care about their moms and their dads that never made it. They care about the people that they lost along the way. You have to start showing compassion for one another. Otherwise, at the end of the day, it's just dog eat dog. It's got or be gotten. Now, which way do you want to be? You're 40 some years old. How do you help the situation? How do you help people out of poverty? How do you help them from losing their house when they're 19 years old? How do you help them from a dire situation that was already dire to begin with? But because the judge says you got to stay here instead of living out there, you're not homeless. You got a girlfriend. You got things to go and get back out to. You didn't hurt anybody. You just smoked. I don't understand how you can take someone's roof over their head when it's 19 degrees out. I don't know where this helps the 19-year-old in this equation. It frustrates me. It angers me. It makes me mad. And does anyone care how F the police feels? Maybe not. But to those that do, you're here listening. If you don't want to be, there's somewhere more important. But you know what? I got to go. I got a call I got to take. I got a call I didn't take and I didn't get to, even though I answered it. I don't know what happened. I got to go. And I got to hope that on the other end, it's the bondsman setting someone free. It's not about the money, it's about the person. It's about winning freedom back. It's about giving it to everybody that doesn't have it. Because if I can't afford it for them, I can't afford it for myself. And if I can't afford it for Big Daddy News Wisconsin, I can't afford it for Fuck the Police. I can afford it. I have it. Y'all have a good day. And definitely, I'll get back with you tonight. If not tomorrow, maybe we'll go live from downtown, and we can hopefully post something positive message, a message of hope, a message of someone got out of this place, someone got set free tonight with just a little bit of money. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. Everybody that leaves that bad place, that place where people catch MRSA, and the place that people get sick and hepatitis, I don't even know, hepatitis A, B, and C. I don't even know how many hep C. I think it's hep C. I don't know if there's any such thing as A and B, but C. Easily caught contagious in jails. Also, doing other things can catch you that too. And I'm not going to go into that because then I could get myself in trouble. And I try and follow the rules around somewhat because other people have their profession and I have mine. And mine is not on hep C. I cannot take the time to talk to anybody. I can only take the time to set free who wants to be set free. I can only spend the money of those who want to be freed. I can only waste my time with people that have a heart and who are worth it and who need it right now. Because this system has thrown them away, counted them out as 19-year-olds. So I like this comment here, and it stands out a little bit. It says, "I care fuck the police," and I truly do believe you care. Um, I truly do. Out of all these people in this room, I think I pick you as caring the most. So I'm trying to think what can since Cooper cares so much. All right, all right, all right. I got it. A test for Cooper. Does Cooper does Cooper have a panda shirt? Can Cooper show the panda shirt? Am I onto something here? I'm a very I catch on to things. I'm very smart. And okay, that's that. I'm just smart. We should all pay attention to Cooper. Okay, now the weird one, FTP, when I get money, can I send it to you? Put on his books for commissary, phone, whatever he may need. Um, if you send him money to GTL, if you send him money, you should send it straight to the jail. It's very hard, it's very difficult to do. If you'd like me to do it for you, I sure can, but that's not the point. You should do it um, through GTL or the phone money system for Big Daddy News. Um, Let me think. I got two starred. Hold on. Let's unstar. Let's unstar. He's not a star anymore. Um, he's oh, he says he's a loyal supporter of the stream. Um, I don't doubt that, Cooper. That's why you're the main star of the stream. Nobody else gets to be the star of the stream. Give Cooper moderator for being so loyal for all his time. Okay, let's do that. Hold on. He was found out. Let me see if I can give him a star. Wait, no. Hold on. A wrench. We're gonna make him blue. Can can my mod in the red chair give Cooper a blue wrench? Is this a possibility? Let's ask to do more good tonight. And let me know when it's done. Usually I charge $4.99 for my wrenches, but I cannot charge this Cooper $4.99 for a wrench. I can't do it. I just can't. I don't have the heart to do it. Usually I charge money. Anyways, he got me all caught off guard. He really did. He got me. Who's is there someone out here? Hold on. Let me go check. I gotta check on my workers. Are you all out here working? You putting in work? Oh, you did it? Well, you're supposed to update me and say I did it. Oh, he said done. Miss Fuck the Police did it. All right. Well, look. Yeah, boss. That's what I want to hear. Yes, boss. I'm on it. That's what she said. She said, "Yes, boss. I'm on it." That's what I want to hear. Because that's a VIP customer right there. I mean, you just don't get uh uh what do we call it? That's like uh status. It's like famous status. You know, Cooper, he's like famous. It's just it's crazy. It's amazing. But anyways, I'll I don't know what else Cooper's doing. Piss off handicap guy. What's going on? Is this about Outgamie County, Wisconsin? Yeah, it is, and Cooper. So don't forget, because Cooper's in the room, he takes precedence. So everybody that comes in the room, you must say, "We love Cooper." Okay? So if you're in the room, you must say, "We love Cooper." Simon says, "We love Cooper." We're going to play a game. And then we love Outgamie County, Wisconsin. And we're going to tell the judge to do the right thing tomorrow morning. Simon says, "Judge so and so, do the right thing." Miss FTP says done. And giggles. Uh, the one and only Coop. All right, so I'm trying to think of which direction I want this show to go in tonight now. And remember, I have to go because I have to go get someone out of jail. It's true. It's true. I don't want to end it on all on you guys. Thank you for watching FTP in his fabulous glory. Everybody, always introduce yourself to Cooper. Get familiar with Cooper. Um, Definitely keep your eye on that guy. He's doing big things. So he's making big moves in the YouTube community. He's huge. He's going to be huge. He's huger than huge. Um, Used to live just south of there. South of Outgamie County, Wisconsin. Well, is this guy from Kukwana? Yes. I can't pronounce it right now. Kukwana. Demo Daddy is making it less. He's making it easier for me. He's taking some stress off. He understands what it's like to be totally taken by surprise by having. It's like having James Freeman in your living room. I mean, this Cooper guy. It's like James Freeman just appeared, and it's like all over again. It makes me like quiet and silent, and I don't know what to talk about. I was so passionate before. I have stuff I got to do tonight, and I really do have to go. It's just really hard to end it with a famous person in the chat room, like someone with such high status, someone that can free Big Daddy News Wisconsin. I mean, he's that big, and he's actually kind of in that general vicinity over there, kind of by Wisconsin, from what I hear. He doesn't know it yet, but anyways, yeah, it's Cuckwana, but Outgamie County, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, as Swan Villain says it. One love. Demo Daddy laughing. Demo Daddy, you always keep me laughing. You always keep it fun. Uh, we got things to do tonight. I hope that my night doesn't end now. I don't know who that was trying to call me. I need to figure it out. Give him a call back. And if I wait any longer, it won't get done. So, I am very sorry. I have to cut this short, but somebody has to get freed tonight. And it has to be partly done. I am part of the equation and the puzzle. So, until A gets to B and B gets to C and everybody meets up at the rendezvous at the jail, we give money for freedom. That's what I'll call tonight. It's a beautiful thing. Money for freedom. Money for freedom. Just keep spending it and watch people's faces light up when you do it. It's the most satisfying thing I think I've ever done in my entire life. Try it. And maybe I'll let you see what I get to see firsthand tonight. If I don't be offended. Just take it. Just take it. Uh, Out to Get Me County. Outta Get Me County. They've gotten him. They have forced him to go to work for them. They have extorted they have stolen him away from his family. They have lied about him in court. They have not given him a fair trial. They have been less than honorable. They have broken their oath, and it is high crimes and treason. It is violating federal statutes, laws. Also, judges are involved. This is horrible. It's abhorrent. It's a violation of codified federal laws, and I hope that everybody is held accountable in these atrocities. So hopefully we can roll on in Outgamie County, Wisconsin, and please do not do any. Randall himself says, Big Daddy News himself, Wisconsin says, do not, tonight he states, do not do any well-being checks. Please. He does not need any, and he rolls his eyes. Outgamie, Wisconsin Sheriff's Department number will not get you to the jail. It will not. That number will not get you to the jail. For all of my loyal listeners, you know what time it is. And it is time to wake up. It is not time for bed for all you night owls. It is time to get motivated. There are things you can be doing at high noon, midnight. It's going to be a full moon. Definitely howl at the moon. All right. Demo Daddy, peace to you too, for sure. Thank you for sticking around for so long. My numbers are diving. I'm almost at an hour. I'm going to end it early. I know you guys will all miss me. Kakwana. Yep, that's how you say it. Got that right. Kakwana. I'm totally not going to call, Miss Fuck the Police says. Ooh, 5 Speed says, give me a call. Well, 5 Speed, I got to make a few phone calls and then I'll get to you. I will get to you, though. All right, peace out. I'm out of here. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. That's my 2 cents. My final thoughts. Love, peace, and chicken grease.